Alright, what's up guys? This is Heat. So the Blood Grip race season ended, and this is one of the new race types in the season that was introduced. It's a Descent Champs race, but a burst version of it, so that means you have 12 minutes in this race. And I basically wanted to go over sort of like the strategy behind it, because I actually do pretty well as a Shadow. In this particular race, I got #1 Shadow. And there were some series of races, because you do 3 in a row, where I've gotten like top Shadow out of like 2 out of 3 times, and just usually placing pretty well. So I think I have a pretty firm grasp on this race type. The strategy is very similar, if not probably the same as if you're just doing a regular race. So the first area here is basically you want to get out of it as fast as possible. You just kind of follow the flow of the map and the doors. So generally you go up right or up left depending on where the doors take you. In this instance, I actually went up right because that's where the doors were appearing. So from here you can see me go right and then continue to try to press up and right, like I just did there. I usually take the Chattering Halls because I like the mob types here better. So that's it. That's it for that decision, really. Here you want to pick up Decoy is really important, and Bear Traps is alright. It helps for this first boss that you encounter. You always want to kill blue packs if they're easy, like monkeys. Monkeys is an easy blue pack. Stuff like, I don't know, maybe birds that vomit are not a good decision to kill, especially if they have resist elements. You might want to skip them. Like these, I wasted a lot of time, I think, killing these. Like, look how tanky they are. This, I probably should have skipped. Wasted some time here. And I don't even think I got any experience from that fight. Just wasted time. But finding your way out is basically the same. Right, up, left, up, until you find it. You want to switch out your flasks when you can, when you're at the appropriate level. Here, one of the most important things to pick up was a Regal, because you will be using it later, and I'll show you why. The uniques that you pick up at the beginning are the 2 blood swords, because they give you frenzy charges for more damage, and also it helps with move speed because it's a mod on the swords. So it's actually, they're probably the best items that you can get. In this zone, the Rasping Halls, what you want to do is you want to find the Freezing Chamber, and that's usually located somewhere in the middle of the map. So here, I kind of get the sense that I sort of missed it, and it's leading to the actual exit, so that's why I actually went back, because I didn't think it would be there. I'm like, probably somewhere more in the middle this way, and I was actually right, so I got a little bit lucky on reading that layout. Now here, you get 2 Quicksilvers and these Slippers. Immediately, I transmute both Slippers. Equip Bear Trap as soon as you can, and with the Slipper, what you want to do is you want to chance it or transmute it, because you have a chance of rolling move speed on it, and it already has implicit move speed, so you basically, those boots right now have 20% move speed, because I was lucky with that chance orb. And the reason the Regal is important is because if you chance it and don't get a rare, then you can also like transmute it and then alt it, and then to try to get move speed, and then just roll a Regal for an extra stat. If you get lucky, you'll get something like Lightning Res, which will allow you to tank this boss a little bit better. So here, I actually didn't do too well in this fight. It was actually pretty slow for me. The best thing you want to do is throw traps, and then maybe attack when you have when you're full on life, so it's not in a dangerous situation. But you don't want, like, I actually used Lightning Tendrils, but you probably should use Freeze Pulse from a distance to get more damage while the fire's on the ground and while your traps are recharging. If you're really lucky, you can get, like, pretty good Lightning Res and then kind of almost face tank him. But yeah. So, immediately here, you want cold damage, lightning damage, and the large life flask. Equip large life flask as soon as you can. It's also extremely important, especially in the burst race, more so in the normal race, to immediately equip added lightning and added cold damage to your lightning tendrils as soon as you hit the level requirement. Unfortunately, I didn't play this race that well, and I didn't actually do that. So I'm level 6 right now. I think level requirement is 8. So I actually missed out on some damage because I think I probably could have leveled them at least 1 level. But yeah, that's one thing that you should keep in mind. Switch out to large life as fast as you can. This zone, you don't want to take too much time in it. You basically just want to find the exit. The general strategy for me in this race is to get to the zone with all the zombies. That's where the majority of your experience comes from, because that zone is very easy, and you have an opportunity to get pretty good packs, and you can just kind of like blow through it really fast with trail damage. At this point, this box is important. You want both Alks, a Chaos, and the Strength Amulet. And you want to Alk the Strength Amulet immediately, because why not? You might get lucky with some life and resistances and whatnot. And the reason you want that Strength Amulet is because you need the strength for the decoy totem, and you can see right now I'm trying to like make room for it so I can level up the decoy totem. Now the decoy totem is extremely important for the Brutus fight, which is probably what will set you apart from like a good run to a bad run. But I'll talk about that a little bit when I get to it. So right now I'm level 8, and I didn't equip my added lightning and added cold. I'm almost positive that if I did, they would have leveled at least once when I got to Brutus, because there's still another zone following this one. So that's unfortunate, because that means I probably wasted a lot of time on Brutus, could have killed him probably faster than I actually did in this video. So I chose the Burning Cave. Here, I hadn't done this race in a while, but you actually don't need anything in that box. So I would just recommend running by it immediately and not wasting time picking it up. Another thing to keep in mind here is that when you get to Brutus, a medium mana pot may not be enough. It's actually probably not enough. And one mistake I make often is I don't save or pick up another mana pot. And at some point here, you can probably manage to get to Brutus with only 1 Quicksilver without running out. If you're properly and efficiently killing enemies, you can get from one pack to another. Pretty good. So one sort of improvement that you can do is just rely on 1 and then have another mana potion, because when you run out of mana in the Brutus fight, it's absolutely devastating, and it wastes a lot of time. So here, the Chamber of Greed is like, okay, if you hit it too early, you can't utilize Clarity. And then I saved 1 chest piece for this fight. What you want to do is you want to equip those, add a cold, add a lightning. Then you want to have your decoy totem ready. You want to cast it here to the left and immediately start attacking Brutus. Depending on what happens here, it's kind of RNG based how the skeletons spawn and how Brutus attacks you. For now, and how he moves and how you track him. For now, the RNG was okay, but if it's really bad, you can actually, like the game sort of puts you in a position where you have to kill the skeletons, and that's not a good idea, and that's bad in this fight, because Brutus basically, see here, because he gets buffed as you kill the skeletons from Soul Eater. See here, this was a big mistake. This cost me a lot of time. I ran out of mana, and I also didn't level the added cold and added lightning. At this point, he probably would have died if I had those gems. So this was a big mistake. We're talking about like probably 30 seconds, something like that. Maybe more. I would have to look at the time on the video. But this is what happens when you run out of mana. A lot of seconds wasted. And when you don't properly equip your gems. Once you kill Brutus, you can unequip your chest piece because that slows you down. I just threw it away. Then you want to switch back to using lightning tendrils instead of freeze pulse. Freeze pulse is better for single target. So that's why I switched over to that. You don't want to kill the other zombies. And then you just go to town on these zombies. Throw some fire traps, lightning tendrils, kill enough to where you know the fire damage is going to kill them when you run away, and then just keep going. This is very RNG based. The layout that I actually got here is what isn't actually that good because it's a lot of narrow paths, and the pack size wasn't. It kind of limits pack size in this case. Like, that's a really small pack size. This one's okay. I also didn't get a lot of blue packs. If I did, I probably would have pushed in the top 10 as a shadow overall, but as such, I think I got number 12 overall in this race. Rares are questionable whether you want to spend the time killing them. If you've already done enough damage peripherally as you're killing other things, then you can go ahead and I guess kill them. So one tactic that I didn't use in this video that you can use is if you basically choose one side. If you split the level in half, the way you track the level, like let's say you choose the left side, take the left side, move all the way to the top, and as soon as you get to the top, instead of running down, what you do is relog and start from the bottom up. I feel like that's a little bit better, and it allows you to sort of clear better and have like a better visual as to what you're doing when you're moving from down to up. I don't know if people use this, but I've used it before. I didn't actually do it this time. I was kind of rusty on this because I hadn't done this race in the season for a while. But yeah, this is how I race Shadow in a burst descent champs.